guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, as usual, we have to update you on several things. We have to talk about several players, several clubs, and so let's jump into it together. Here we go guys, always with all the updates on the market, several things to say every single day. Remember to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, to subscribe to the channel. We have plenty of content and here you can find absolutely everything as always. And today I want to start with the exclusive news of the day. Another exclusive story out of nowhere, in this case no, because I told you in March that Casemiro plan was to go to Inter Miami. Then they needed the financial agreement, they needed the contract agreement, they needed to get the approval from the MLS, they needed to get the green light because the discovery rights of Casemiro, you know, in MLS is a completely different system than European or regular football. In MLS, there are the discovery rights for these superstar players, and so each team has to negotiate with another team if they own the discovery rights of the player, and that's what happened also with Casemiro, because Los Angeles Galaxy had the discovery rights of the Brazilian midfielder, but Inter Miami, after a long process, almost 3 months, in talks, negotiations, discussions, in order to make things work, to make things happen, Inter Miami get the deal done, and so Casemiro to Inter Miami is here we go. A very interesting one, because imagine Inter Miami midfield will have Rodrigo De Paul, will have Casemiro, then up front there is Leo Messi, so for sure they have several top players in the squad, and Leo Messi was one of the reasons why Casemiro wanted to go to Inter Miami. He decided to go because of the ambitious project. Inter Miami are growing a lot on and off the pitch, the structures, so what they're building is very good, and also they won the title last season. Then Leo Messi, of course. Casemiro was attracted by this possibility to play together with Leo, and so was one of the reasons why he decided to proceed. And then, also, very important, the city. Casemiro and his family love the possibility to live in Miami, to have the chance to move to the United States. So, since Casemiro decided in January to leave Manchester United as a free agent, Inter Miami was his priority. He also had proposals from Europe and from Saudi, but Casemiro will move to Inter Miami. So, it's here we go. And it's a Brazilian midfielder, a legend like Casemiro, with Leo Messi up front, Argentinian legend, for Inter Miami. Then, let's talk about Real Madrid. Here we are to talk about Real Madrid and to clarify a few things about Real Madrid. First of all, official statement. On a Saturday, Real Madrid released an official statement about Michael Olise. What's the statement about? Real Madrid wanted to clarify in public with a club statement, and that's important, basically that they don't have any sort of agreement or they didn't make any sort of approach to Michael Olise agents. What they say in the statement. The first part is all about this. No approach made to the agents. And then the second part, it's about the relationship with Bayern. Real Madrid message is like, we would never approach the player before approaching the club. So this was the message from Real Madrid. Real Madrid are playing down reports coming out of Spain, and not only Spain, saying Olise already agreed personal terms with Real Madrid. Real Madrid don't want this message out, also because it's not true. Real Madrid have not agreed anything with Michael Olise, and Real Madrid, in terms of behavior, for the relationship there is between Real Madrid as a club, and then especially Florentino Perez with the most important people at Bayern. I'm mentioning Rummenigge, I'm mentioning Uli Hoeneß, and all these people, apart from the directors of the club. So that's a very important relationship between two of the most important clubs in the world. Bayern and Real Madrid, they didn't want any message out in the media for something like Olise agreed personal terms with Real Madrid. That was the reason why they wanted to clarify that. Then, in Florentino Perez's mind, there is Michael Olise, that's for sure. He's a player he loves. It's an appreciation. But at the same time, the message coming out of Bayern, in public and in private, is that they don't want to sell the player. They simply don't want to sell the player. They want to continue with Olise, and they want to offer him a new contract. So that's the message. So the reality is of today is that the Galactico, in Florentino Perez's mind, was and is Michael Olise. Florentino Perez loves Michael Olise and more people at the club. They consider him the ideal Galactico. It doesn't mean that Real Madrid agreed personal terms with Olise or that Real Madrid are negotiating with Olise. Not at all. Then, Bayern don't want to sell the player, so Real Madrid, with an official statement, say, we have not agreed anything with Olise. Real Madrid are not saying we are not interested in Olise. Real Madrid are saying we didn't agree anything with Michael Olise. So that's important to clarify. Then, obviously, Bayern have the ball in their court, and Bayern made it clear that with Olise, they want absolutely him to continue, and they are prepared to offer him a new contract. Then I wanted to clarify something also, guys, on Enzo Fernández. I wanted to clarify something on Enzo Fernández because I told you over the weekend I will clarify a bit the situation around Enzo. This week, around midweek, we had reports of Enzo Fernández being the only target for Real Madrid midfield. We had reports of Real Madrid and Chelsea ready to negotiate. We had reports of could be another Cucurella done in 24 or 48 hours. I told you, calm down with that. And let me clarify. Enzo Fernández is for sure, and that's important to clarify, one of the names mentioned internally at Real Madrid. So during the meetings they're having with Jose Mourinho, with the directors, with the management, Enzo was mentioned. But, and here is the point, Enzo is not the only name mentioned. There are 4 more players being mentioned in these meetings. And before Real Madrid go for it, before Real Madrid decide to attack for the new midfielder, they need and they want to complete some exits. There is the Nico Paz situation to clarify. Ceballos is leaving as a free agent and is negotiating his exit fee with Real Madrid. So there are situations to clarify at Real Madrid in terms of exits. So nothing is happening this weekend, and I told you on Tuesday, on Friday, nothing is happening this week for the midfielder or for Enzo Fernández. So Real Madrid have several options. There is a short list with 5 midfielders at the club, and for sure they are assessing the best option. Technical point of view, financial point of view, that's the situation. But Real Madrid have not opened talks with Chelsea. Real Madrid are not negotiating with Chelsea at this stage for Enzo Fernández. And Real Madrid have not even agreed personal terms with Enzo at this stage. So it's very early stages. It's just about Real Madrid mentioning some midfielders, but it's not about Real Madrid having any sort of advanced or concrete conversation about this. And that's very, very important to clarify. Then, 2 final things I wanted to say. The first one, both of them are coming from Serie A. The first one, Ederson, confirming with some words after the Brazil game, he played for Brazil in the second half against Haiti, that everything is done with Manchester United. I can tell you that Ederson already made a first part of medical test with Manchester United. I told you 2 weeks ago, and let me confirm. Ederson already passed his medical with Man United. Then Man United will announce everything at the right time with a Man United shirt in his hands from Atalanta, 45 million euros package, don't include it. And then on Kenan Yıldız, many questions. Can Kenan Yıldız be the next signing for Arsenal? Is true these reports about Arsenal and Kenan Yıldız? Guys, there is no doubt many clubs like and appreciate Kenan Yıldız. No doubt, not only Arsenal, for sure. But Kenan Yıldız for Juventus is untouchable. Juventus consider Kenan Yıldız not for sale. So they made it very clear in public, same in private. Juventus want to build on Kenan Yıldız. They got a new deal done for Kenan Yıldız already a few months ago with a huge salary and with a big presentation in public about that. So Juventus are very relaxed about the Kenan Yıldız situation. And so guys, on this and much more, let me know your opinion. Yildiz, Casemiro, Olise, Enzo Fernández, Ederson, several stories, several things. Let me know your opinion, guys, here in the comments. As always, remember to like this video, to turn on the notification bell, to subscribe to the channel here together every single day, and I will see you soon.